Hello everyone to another Blood Bowl match report. Only Fangs face Swift as Lead. Now the downside of not having played for almost 3 months is that some teams have caught up and even passed my team in skills, but due to the fact that I don't have any mixed next game players, they are still lower in team value, and that is the case today when the second hardest hitting team in the league after Only Fangs at riding Swift as Lead, a dwarf team with a death roller to boot. So the prime targets for the class is to take out the 2 with guard, then survive long enough with my key players to have the death roller send off, meaning that I'll keep the Minotaur Sabrina Sabak out of its way until then hopefully. Or I could bring Grashnak Blackhoof and give that death roller 2 things to think about. I opted for the second option. That seemed fun and chaotic, and it drained my treasury a bit because I'm just not buying anything to not increase my team value even more and not get robbed for a third time. So that meant I had a mountain of petty cash for him, which he spent on 3 cheerleaders, 3 prayers to Nuffle, the one with the extra star player point for completions, 1 of his guys getting pro, and the trapdoors are active on the pitch. A team mascot, a bribe, a dodgy ref, and Joseph Bookman himself coaching his team. Adding to the game, it would be played in pouring rain, something we would love to have here actually with the heat waves. The Dwarfs opted to receive and both teams drew to the line of scrimmage and get the game going. Ready for some serious mayhem as we both fielded the hardest hitting teams, and with Sabrina Sabak and his star blitzer vying for the most casualties on her. And it began not that great, with one of my beastly women immediately being knocked out cold. Now, as would be a thing during the whole game, no matter how many block dice he threw, he would always have at least 1 power result. Only a single time did he get a double skulls, but each and every block for the rest of the match, my team members spent time down on the floor. He started out a slugfest of who could make the most casualties, and apparently it was said this game it also included the ball, it seems, but nobody ever saw that one. His blitzer badly hurting Cat Cox, while his death roller knocked Sabrina Sabak into the injuries box, only to have her pumped full of stimulants by the apothecary and get her back on the pitch as soon as possible. Not to be outdone though, Only Fangs replied with badly hurting 2 of his linemen in return, courtesy of Katie West and Grashnak Blackhoof himself. The pitch was starting to look quite empty though, and soon after Valve Steel was injured as well by his Star Slayer, and his runner had picked up the ball, breaking through towards the end zone to try and score at the very end of the first half. Sabine Demonia though had hung back just for this eventuality, and while she bowled him over, her claws didn't get through the armor, and that was something that was my fate for almost the entire match. A bit pity I guess all that armor 10 that it just doesn't work. The teams went to the halftime as such with a 0-0 score, but Only Fangs was 1 player up now, numbering 11-10 to get the drive going. By the way, the line women at the back right in this picture was moved 1 to the left for legal deployment after the picture was actually taken. The half started immediately with an angry Sabrina Sabak injuring one of his troll slayers because of that feud with his blitzer. His other blitzer though replied badly hurt his Sophie Van Doom as Only Fangs kept the ball behind their lines, trying to form a corridor on their right flank to get it through. And this was actually a distraction, as they wanted to run over on the other side once most of the dwarfs had been pulled aside, but his runner stopped the attempt right at the end. But I had to lure his Star Troll Slayer away into the middle to have a fair go at the breakthrough, and he had a lot of needed re-rolling to be done with to get the runner actually making the block. And well, he made all those rolls and then took her down on a single block dice. Sabrina Sabak put another notch on her casualty tally though, smashing his second Troll Slayer into the injuries box as well. It looked all like a fair game. It would be a sheer impossible to still score, so it would remain 0-0, and we kept just badly hurting each other. So no misses next games, no nigglings, and grabbing the 3+ casualty points each as we both had scored 4 casualties by now. But never underestimate the ferocity of women. Not content on this perfect draw for both teams, Abella Danger threw a lost turn block on his lineman with tackle, punching her nailed fingers through his eye sockets and instantly killing him right before the referee brought the slugfest to an end. So 3 points for both teams in the league ranking, with 2 for a draw and 1 bonus for the amount of casualties. I can definitely live with that, as after months of not playing and other teams catching up, as I said, this meant I can consolidate my playoff spot some more. And that brings us to our most viewed porn star. The crowd went to elect their star of the game and they picked Raven Black for her valiant but ultimately stopped attempt at scoring in the closing stages of the game. And well, as a result she gained a block skill, so I now have a tackle and block beastly woman running around. This leaves me actually all in a good place to face another armored tin can team of the league, the Chaos Dwarfs, in 2 weeks. While I won't have that much use for my class with his 4 Iron Heart skin blockers and pile of hobgoblins, we are both on the same number of points, except he has more matches played. So if I can draw or win that one, I'm mathematically short of qualification and can start saving players from the risk of getting injured. And I'm looking at that Snotling team with his 2 Pumpwagons, 2 Trolls, Morgan Torque and more of that muscle shenanigans. It also means that I can start selecting more beastly women for the MVP points, getting to obtain block with the eye of the teams that come after the Chaos Wars, being a stunty team and 2 vampire teams where my claws are, well, less use anyways. But most importantly for this game, Sabina took a further 2 casualty lead on his Blitzer in the chase of that particular league honor. Thanks for watching this game report, and well, I'll see you back in 2 weeks where we have the game against the Chaos Wars. Take care and bye bye! For watching this video, and if you want to support me, check out the link tree above for all my channels so you can have a look there, or my affiliate links, so there's a little kickback to the channel for more content, and if you really like, you can always buy me a coffee. Thanks and bye bye!